If you have a bad experience at a hotel or a restaurant and you leave a bad review, can the company sue you? We're joined by WGY legal analyst Paul Harding of Martin Harding & Mazzotti. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, Kelly. Good morning, Chuck.
Morning.
So I have left reviews for businesses before, both good and bad, and now I'm wondering if maybe I'm rolling the dice if I leave a bad review.
Well, at least here in Oregon, they've really gone forth and just said, hey, what you say online, what you say in this case, TripAdvisor, is similar to what you just might write somewhere else or say somewhere else. What they're saying is this, is that you can give your opinion, but when you give a fact, you got to check your facts, and that fact has to be correct, or you could expose yourself.
So this review was of a hotel in Oregon, and the reviewer, who has still not been identified yet, as saying breakfast is nasty. Now, that's pretty subjective. Okay, but when you say Jen at the front desk engaged in some questionable phone conversations with an earshot, and laundry and housekeeping are either high or drunk, that's pretty specific, and those are things that could probably get you in trouble.
Yeah, the general theme, defamation of character or libel in this case, you have to prove that the statement was false, right? You said you have to make the statement published to at least one other person, either do it intentionally or negligently, and then there has to be damages. Well, in this case, you have a situation where if you get specific about facts, you said the owner was drunk, right? The owner was doing something specific. That needs to be correct. The truth always sets you free in defamation of character. You can write horrible things about someone that you've seen and you believe, and if it turns out to be true, they can't bring a claim against you. But of course, with the internet, we just feel so free to say and write and do things that when we get something like this and kind of a reality check that the old rules of defamation of character apply to the internet, even to someone, I guess she's listed herself as 12 Kelly. So they've sued 12 Kelly, they've sued TripAdvisor. They don't even know who 12 Kelly is yet, but when they find her, they said they're going to add her to the lawsuit. It probably does cool a lot of people's jets with respect to what they're going to say.
Speaking with our legal analyst, Paul Harding, on 810 and 1031 WGY. So does it matter in a legal sense or in terms of damages how long the post was up and how many people saw it, or if it was taken down immediately? Does that matter?
Well, as long as at least one other person saw it, that's the basis for the claim. But, of course, when you get into the damage part of it, well, how much, okay, we're going to prove that this is a defamation claim, that it was improper, you shouldn't have said it, you sort of made it up, maybe the facts were wrong, but you got to prove damages. So how many people were affected? So, yeah, it does go to the damage part of the claim. If it was up just a day or a few hours or just a few people saw it, that you may lose your case. Or in this case, the motel may win its case, but can't prove that many people saw it and that people were now not coming to the hotel.
So if I were to go to a hotel and I were to come back and write a review that said something like there were cockroaches in the bathroom and the towels were dirty, those are pretty specific things. And I know when I read reviews of a place before I decide to stay there, I want specifics. So is that getting too specific and maybe opening the door to trouble?
It is, and you better, if they now take you to task and they say we have never had cockroaches in this hotel and this reviewer has now caused damage to us, they could bring a claim. And again, if you can, now you're in a position where you have to prove cockroaches, right?
Well, I guess you should take pictures of it.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. You almost become an investigative reporter just showing up at a hotel and writing a casual review. But that's where this is going. If you're going to put specific facts, get your facts right.
Good advice. All right. WGY legal analyst Paul Harding of Martin Harding & Mazzotti, 1-800-LAW-1010. Thanks, Paul.
Okay, guys. Thank you.
Take care.